Victor came to his ancestral home in the village for the first time from the city. When he learned about the old mansion in the village, he asked Ryan about its secrets. Upon Victor's insistence, Ryan took him to the mansion and told him its story. Princess Victoria, filled with joy and excitement, left the palace to explore the town. While wandering, she reached a sage's hut outside the town, where a young sage was meditating under a banyan tree. The princess and her friends decided to play a prank on the sage, disturbing his meditation. Enraged, the sage took holy water from his vessel and cursed the princess. "You are too excited at a young age. This will be the cause of your sorrow. Whoever marries you will die before consummating the marriage." Hearing the curse, Princess Victoria fell at the sage's feet, begging for forgiveness and pleading for the curse to be lifted. "O sage, I do not know who you are. I have made a grave mistake. Please forgive me and take back this curse." After much crying and pleading, the sage felt pity for her. The sage said, "O girl, I cannot take back the curse as I have given it in the presence of all the gods. However, if a man can satisfy your desires, you will be freed from the curse. Until then, you must bear it." The princess returned to her palace, and a few years later, she was married to a prince. But due to the curse, her husband died before consummating the marriage. Victor then asked Ryan, "So, is the spirit still waiting for someone who can satisfy her and free her from the curse?" Ryan sighed and said, "Yes, that's what they say. No one from the village dares to enter the mansion." Victor, curious, asked again, "Has anyone from the village or outside tried to satisfy the spirit?" "Yes, many city folks have tried, but they all lost their lives. If the spirit is not satisfied, she beheads them." Hearing this, Victor shivered, and they both left the place. That night, Victor went to sleep alone in his room and had a dream. A beautiful princess hugged and loved him, and Victor reciprocated. Before he could learn more about her, he woke up. Victor fell in love with the enchanting princess and wanted to be with her. He couldn't sleep the whole night. Victor didn't tell anyone about his dream but felt sad. Though he met the princess in his dream, her beauty and charm captivated his heart and mind. He thought it was just a dream and that he would never meet the princess again. After dinner, Victor went to sleep, hoping to dream about the princess again. It seemed like his wish was granted, as the princess appeared in his dream again, in her beautiful and enchanting form, and they made love. When Victor asked her name and address, she said her name was Victoria. Hearing the name Victoria, Victor woke up with a start, his hair standing on end. He turned on the light, drank some water, and stood on the balcony, thinking about the dream. He felt scared, realizing that Victoria was the same princess who lived as a spirit in the mansion. She was so beautiful and attractive, so sensual, that if she could give him so much pleasure in a dream, how much more would she give in reality? Victor's love was more terrifying than any horror story, but he was helpless and could do nothing. After standing for a while, Victor went back to bed and fell asleep. As soon as he closed his eyes, Princess Victoria came and loved him again. Gradually, Princess Victoria began to occupy Victor's mind, and he couldn't live without her for a moment. When Victoria started to leave without completing their love, Victor asked her why she was leaving. She said, "To go to the limits of love, you must come to my palace." When Victor asked for her palace's address, she told him the way to the old mansion in the village. The next day, when Victor woke up, he didn't see Victoria around. He couldn't live without her anymore, so he decided to enter the old mansion. Without telling anyone, he set off to meet Victoria at the mansion. When he reached the mansion, he saw a very beautiful girl who looked exactly like the princess in his dream. She looked back at Victor once and then started walking into the mansion without saying anything. Victor followed her, calling out to her. As Victor entered through the door, he saw many skeletons and severed heads. He was more concerned about his desire for the princess than his own life. He was so captivated by her scent that he couldn't turn back even if he wanted to. Walking further, he reached a large room, beautifully decorated with fragrant flowers, as if it had been prepared just today. He was amazed at how everything was already arranged. The spirit, without delay, lifted her veil and said, "Hurry up! I can't wait any longer." The spirit embraced Victor, and they drowned in love. After their lovemaking, Victor saw that the beautiful princess in his arms was now a lovely girl with a satisfied expression on her face. She looked at Victor happily, as if she wanted to thank him 1,000 times. Victor asked the girl, "Are you now free from the curse?" Nodding, Victoria hugged Victor and said, "Thank you, Victor. You have freed me from a 500-year-old curse." Then she asked Victor, "Will you marry me now?" Victor smiled.